Action.
Every movie that has come out in 2024 is on our top 10s. We're going to start at 10
This
and go to our
includes
number 1.
streaming and theater.
Yes, I was going to say that.
We'll want to do TV next week? Because I started accidentally adding TVs shows to the list and going.
I wanted to add one show that I just couldn't because it's like, God, it was so good though.
See, I've got some. Plus, I'm gonna do some categories like things not necessarally that came out this year, but maybe we discovered this year.
Okay.
Because
you want Bone Tomahawk.
That would have made my goddamn list. You know it would have.
I'm still gonna watch that. But
all right, so let's get into this. This is like I said, no particular order. We're gonna have our own CTS season in February, March.
Yes, with the Oscars.
With the Oscars.
Top 10. Go with your number 10. I want to hear your number 10.
This
We're gonna go back and
actually
forth.
shocked me to make my list because when it was announced, I was like, Gladiator 2.
Damn, really?
I really liked Gladiator 2.
Didn't make my list.
No?
No, because it was good, but
I was surprised at how good it was.
Okay.
I really appreciated the fact that they managed to take a sequel to a 23-year-old movie.
Yes.
And make it.
I have no attachment to the original Gladiator.
Okay.
You know?
I was in middle school, high school when the first one came out.
See, I've never seen it.
I liked the first one a lot.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I had no expectations. So walking in and watching the second one and going, holy shit, they actually did it.
The cast was really good.
The cast was great. As much as Denzel was awesome, he was also terrible, which made me absolutely love the movie because his character is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And the action set pieces in this movie are some of the best probably in the last 10 years.
Okay.
That's why
that's fair.
I slid on the top 10. Which I was shocked.
10.
I was shocked.
Not higher? Did you contemplate putting it higher?
No.
Okay.
It slid in the list at the last second.
Okay.
Knocked out a couple. Like you said, we had honorable mentions.
Honorable mentions. I'll throw that in my honorable mentions.
Yeah, much better than expected.
It was really good. My number 10. Unfrosted. The Jerry Seinfeld Pop-Tart movie. Because it was just so like...
It almost made my list.
Off the radar. People shat on that movie.
People shat on that and then shat on us for liking it.
I know.
While I'll agree with some of our harsher critics that there are scenes in the movie that do not work, I agree.
It's so funny.
But the scenes to me that work are like grand slam.
The Serial January 6th parody.
It was pretty funny.
The fucking funeral scene.
The funeral scene is my favorite.
The Fred Armisen scene. Yeah. The moon. Really? The moon.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. That falls on my honorable mention list. There was a battle there at the bottom of my top 10 for sure. Unfrosted I was like,
I had to put that in my 10.
I get it. I'm okay with that.
That was like the first one I put. I was like, Unfrosted. Number 10, Unfrosted.
Plug it backwards.
Because it was just like so like, I didn't expect to like it that much. And by the time it came out, it was like, this is so fucking funny. And
it was like stupid, slapstick, dumb, almost. And
parody.
I'm not going to say what I was going to say because people are like, how dare you insult somebody else?
Oh,
it wouldn't be.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying by comparison.
Yeah.
But I won't.
Okay.
Say it.
I think I know what you were going to say.
I won't even say it. But yeah, no, that's not
that
bad.
makes my top. That makes my number 10.
You can go 9.
You want me to go?
Well,
are we going back and forth? Or?
Like I did 10 and you did 10.
Okay, I'll do 9. 9. It was hard to put this one at so low on my list, but then I remembered the second half of the movie isn't as good. Wild Robot.
Okay.
Because animation, gotta make the list. You know? Plot, gotta make the list.
That's another one I struggle with where to put. I did put that on my list. I won't say where yet, but I
you probably put it a little higher than me. I just remembered liking the beginning so much.
Yeah, first half of the movie is
and then it's
strong.
like, we're still going. I'm like, there's still movie left.
Like Lord of the Rings does.
I'm like, I'm sorry. I thought we were done.
Like, there's eagles coming in now.
And like, if they finished, I'm in tears. He's sending off the duck. You know, it's like roll credits. I was like, I am satisfied with the movie that I got. And then it's like,
well, we give you another one.
Well, we got more. Yeah. I mean, we got like 45 minutes left. If you're down, if you want, it's there. If you want to watch it. So number 9 for me, Wild Robot. Low, I know, but if it ended where it's like the send off and it's beautiful and everything, it'd be way higher.
Okay.
But then the second half kind of brings it down a little.
Yeah, that could have been a top 5.
And then it turns into a big robot animal fight.
Super battle AI versus
I don't know. So
they marveled us at the end.
Yeah, that was my problem.
Number 9, I'm gonna go Fall Guy.
Fuck! I forgot about Fall Guy.
Fall Guy, I was disappointed. I liked it overall.
All right, I got a new number 9.
I liked it overall. It definitely was. Ryan Gosling's awesome.
Yeah, that movie was really good. Fuck. I forgot about that movie.
It wasn't like a Mission Impossible tier amazing, you know what I mean? But it was like a fun.
It was really good.
A fun
I remember
PG-13
really liking that
romp
movie.
that was like forgettable but really fun when you watch it.
Really fun.
You know what I mean?
Fuck. I'm so mad I forgot that movie existed, bro.
Throw in your honorable mention.
It's in my honorable mentions for sure. It would have made my top 10 list had I remembered it. Okay. Had IMDb thrown that to me in the list I was looking at, but it didn't. So
yeah, I pulled up. We see so like people don't realize like we don't just do this.
out.
Like we probably watch 15 to 20 movies a week easily. So it's like, but plus TV shows and everything else.
Yeah.
So it's a blur. Like I pulled up lists. Like I had to go to our channel to go. Oh, that's right. That's right.
I probably should have done that. I would have seen the thumbnail I made. And
like,
been
yeah.
Fuck. Damn it.
Number 8.
That was so good.
Number 8 for me was Wild Robot.
Okay.
So like I said,
pretty close.
I will just say everything he said was pretty accurate.
Yeah. Like it was so close to being like.
It's like they
list,
had an hour 20 and we're like, that's too short.
Let's stretch this to.
We got to add another 25, 30 minutes to this movie. I agree with you.
Yeah.
It was
perfect. And then we kept going, and then it turned into WALL-E.
I still stand by this. Puss in Boots 2 is not only the best DreamWorks movie.
Can I put that on my list?
I honestly think it's the best animated movie in the 3D world of all time. I'm not going to compare it against some of the 2D movies, but like since we've moved in the last 20 years to 3D, I don't think there's a better animated movie.
Inside Out 2
came
really close. It came really close,
say, there's some
but it
close
wasn't
ones.
As fun.
Puss in Boots hits you right here at the same time that it makes you laugh, cry.
And have fun.
Yeah.
It's a very fun movie.
I don't know how we got to a 2-year-old movie, but I apologize. I'm just saying.
John Mulaney, come on.
John Mulaney.
Honorable mention, Puss in Boots.
Still up there.
2 years later.
What's your number 8?
My number 8 was Alien Romulus.
I knew that was going to make your list.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. It was a lot of fun, man. That goo scene where they're fighting all the aliens, they got to dodge through all the shit.
Yeah.
There was some heart. The classic Alien stuff. I love Alien as a franchise.
If we extended our list to like a top...
It made me play Alien Isolation for like the next month after watching that movie. It was really good. It was really good.
If we did a top 25, it'd make my list. But
okay.
I don't even think it'd be an honorable mention quite yet.
Really? See, I love Alien as a franchise.
I was disappointed in it. Who the director was and the writers and stuff. I expected a much more gruesome.
There were some obvious things, but the practical effects.
No. I don't hate the movie.
Right.
I gave it a decent score.
Yeah.
I just don't think it. It missed the cutoff for me.
Okay.
It could have been better.
Okay.
I understand why you
super enjoyed it.
Because freaking JJ almost gave it a 10. So I get that why you guys. I get it.
Yeah. And it was good horror. It hit at the right time. It's alien, sci-fi. I just like all the sounds of Alien.
Okay. No, it's definitely atmospherically.
Peak.
It's good.
It's fucking peak. Yeah.
I like that we've had lists before and we're always like the same.
Yeah.
But we actually have a little different.
Yeah. Alien Romulus. I was like, do I put this on my list? And I was like, yeah.
I get that.
I'm gonna put it.
I don't. Yeah. I get why you would. All right, give me 7.
Are we doing 7? You gave your 8 was Wild Robot.
Yeah.
7 for me, a little low, but Dune Part 2.
Okay.
Yeah, it's low because it's like franchise IP. We don't know what we're getting after this.
Right.
And it's like, it was a little long, but the action was good. And I just remember really liking it, but there are plenty of other movies that it was early in the year.
Way early in the year.
It was like in March. Mm-hmm. So it's like so many movies have come out that I've liked way more than Dune Part 2.
Yeah.
Even though I was really high on Dune when it came out.
I was definitely high on it. It feels, I know it's not original property because I've tried it 100 times already, but it feels more than oh God, look at 17 Star Wars movies coming out.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It was good sci-fi.
Yeah.
It's good sci-fi, good cast. Timothée Chalamet,
I don't disagree with that. My number 7 was Transformers 1.
I hate you. We're done. I quit CTS. That's way too low.
Too low?
It's way too low for Transformers 1. I hate you. Burn. Why is it so low?
I really like it. I don't think it's that low.
That's low.
Really?
That's low.
I don't know because
yeah, that's low.
It's like, oh shit, that was real low. I really liked it.
That's fair.
We've talked about it in other reviews for other movies. Like, there's some unearned things in that movie that it's a good movie, and we admitted we were wrong because the trailer was terrible.
Yeah. The animation was great.
The animation was good. The voice acting was good.
Voice acting, although we were concerned at the beginning, was great.
We could admit when we're wrong.
Yeah, we did. We paid for it too.
We did.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm trying to. It wasn't because of the stuff that was unearned, and because we got another thing instead of like a truly original thing.
True. But it's kind of original.
Kinda. But again, it's another hey, let's give you the backstory on a thing that you really don't need because it doesn't matter because they're the two
bad guys,
the main characters of the universe.
We already know. We already know the outcome.
That's all.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna do that, I would have rather taken the Unicron or like an origin story for
okay,
because that would be
go
awesome.
back.
Go back.
Don't even do Optimus or Megatron.
Go way back.
Okay.
Then I'd be all about it.
I'd be okay with that. Transformers -1. We're going to do that. Transformers 1's way higher on my list.
Okay.
In case you couldn't tell. Way higher on my list.
6 for me, which I know will not be on your list, but I really liked this movie.
Oh, I think, can I guess?
Yeah.
Is it Saturday Night?
It is.
Yeah!
Number 6,
That's my honorable, that's in my honorable mentions category.
I loved this movie.
Yeah.
I was blown away by the performances. I'm a SNL freak, and my whole life, when we do comedy.
We know how I feel. You know.
So yeah, I mean, you were like lukewarm to it. I loved it. I couldn't believe how accurate it was to Saturday Night Live.
All right.
It's a good watch. It's not one that you could probably watch 10 times and go, I'm going to watch that every weekend.
Comedies are rarely that, though.
Right?
Yeah.
But man, if you like SNL and you've never seen that movie, it's worth diving into because it gives you like a really cool 50-year inside to how crazy it was.
Hey, I appreciate it for what it was. It's just like I didn't grow up with SNL. I don't watch SNL. I just watch like, hey, this clip's making the rounds, so I'm gonna click on it.
For me, it's like Saturday.
Really?
And if I don't watch it, I'll watch it during the week. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's
Okay.
That's one of the reasons like Transformers is going to get bumped down a little because I've got some.
That's fair though. That's
things.
fair. That's fair when you compare it to like movies like Saturday Night where they're actually going for something that's
slightly
kind
more
of
prestige,
important.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. For Transformers, robot, they're cars. It's like Saturday Night had like actual stakes, like real world stakes. So it's like I can see that. And it's like it's just too close to what we're doing. You know, it's too close.
That I wanted more of.
And I watched it while we were doing a show, and it was just too close.
Too close. I get it. That, to me, the only reason it didn't go higher is because I would have taken a season. I'd have taken 10 episodes.
Should have been a series. Yeah. We know.
All right, so what's your 6?
My 6, my phone just shut off. Hold on. My 6 is Quiet Place Day 1.
Honorable mention for me.
Really?
Just missed the top 10.
Great cast, great storytelling. I'll never forget trying to desperately eat Skittles in that quiet-ass fucking movie theater. So it was just a good theater experience for me. Like, you know, everybody was locked in. No one was talking. It was, like, dramatic, tense as fuck. Easily the best Quiet Place movie.
Okay.
You know, the Peter Nyong'o, Joseph Quinn. Who guy from Guardians. Yeah. So, yeah.
Okay.
That's definitely on my list. Of course it's on my list. I was super high on when we reviewed it.
High into that.
I love that movie.
I thought it was pretty good. I hadn't seen the first two going in to see that, so
that's probably the way to do it. That's probably the way to do it. I had the stank in my mouth from the first two though. Even though they're good movies, just compared, like Quiet Place Day 1 is the first two just with action.
Right.
And like actual things happening as opposed to like we're in this intimate family farm thing. And John Krasinski goes like this a lot. Like shoves his fingers so far in his face.
So you know to be quiet.
Yeah, I know. It's like you can go like here. You don't need to shove the finger inside your face. I don't want to look at your list.
Oh yeah, sorry. So
I can't look.
So that was your 6 and my 6. Okay, now we're getting into the top 5. The big old assault.
I want to know where
I started 10. You guys.
I want to know where we align in the top 5 because I think we are going to align.
We'll have a couple that are in the top 5. I don't know if they're going to be at the same exact number, but I think we will have top 5 movies both.
Well, I definitely know one we're not going to align on, and it's maybe not number 5 because number 5 for me is Beekeeper.
Beekeeper.
Yeah, I told you. I fucking knew that shit. Because it's like it's good.
We did it.
But it's like. There's no way it could have been number 1 because it is just that like Jason Statham.
Action Jason Statham movie, and never in a million years, for years being any kind of in the entertainment industry that we've been in, would I say Jason Statham gets a top 5 movie on our list.
No.
It's weird.
It was so good.
But it's such a fun action movie.
It was so dumb.
It's dumb.
Yeah.
Pure.
And it's rewatchable.
But that's how they should make action movies. They don't make them like that anymore. Like, here's what you need to know. This guy's really cool and only wants the best things to happen. And these people suck, and they're trying to stop him from being a good guy.
Yeah.
Go nuts.
Go nuts.
That's all I need.
Yeah. And the main actor takes it super fucking seriously, and every other actor makes it super fucking seriously, even though the premise is
dumb as
so
shit.
Stupid. So stupid.
This makes me. We gotta do the bottom 10.
Oh, worse.
Because
Craven, Madam Web, Venom 3.
No, because I think about the mirror of this movie, which was Argyle.
Yes.
It is the same
Argyle
movie,
didn't even make my honorable mention.
I
thought about it.
I know that came out like December, January, like right around the end of 23 into 24, like with April.
Oh, it was like a January,
but
February
I mean, like,
movie. Yeah.
But I mean, like, those are the same
Beekeeper
movie.
was January.
It was. But I'm saying, like, those movies came out a few weeks apart, and they were, like, the same but completely different.
Argyle wasn't good.
No.
It wasn't good. Yeah. and it was just too over the top. Whereas like Beekeeper was like over the top in the right way.
Yeah, like grounded enough that you could believe.
And it set up a world I care about, and now
I need more Beekeeper movies.
Yeah, like that needs to be the new John Wick. As far as I'm concerned. Yeah, like
sign me up for
and people probably think we're just joking, no, genuinely.
But that actually has good reviews, made a little bit of money. It's a fun movie.
I think it's on Prime or Paramount, one of those two. So it's definitely accessible on a streaming
go check
platform.
that out. If you haven't seen it,
it's really good.
It's dumb. Like this is Jason Statham in the top 5.
It's so dumb.
But it's the right dumb.
I'm gonna protect the hive. I'm a beekeeper.
And here's a little trivia.
So funny.
He trained to be a beekeeper.
He trained with bees.
The entire beginning of the movie, they do this like montage where he's actually and literally taking care of bees. That's real. He's actually making honey because he's
a great actor. Because he's great. Yes, beekeeper. Right. Fuck yeah. That's why I was like, I think we're gonna align on some of these. Yeah. I knew your 5 was beekeeper.
This I almost guarantee is not on your list. I don't even know if you saw it.
Oh.
Late Night with the Devil is my number 4.
Oh, no, I didn't see that. That's not fair. Did that come out this year?
It did.
It did.
March.
Okay. Oh.
Full release in March. Yep. I double checked.
I gotta watch
Late Night with the Devil is one of my favorite horror movies in the last 5 years.
Damn.
Maybe 10 years.
I'll watch that with Girly McGoo.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll put that on.
It's very unique with the found footage mixed with regular.
Oh, maybe that's why I didn't watch it.
But not found footage but like found footage like you're at the Tonight Show and you're watching it from the Tonight Show camera.
Yes. Okay, good. Okay.
And then during the commercial breaks, you cut to the movie theater style.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
And the entire length of that movie takes place in real time.
In real time. That's what you're saying.
So it's awesome.
And it's Dustin Dustmalshin.
Yes, from all the Ant-Man movies, and now he does all the horror movies.
I got his last name right, but I don't know his first name.
But
David Dustmalshin?
I think it is.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's the Ant-Man guy.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I can't believe how good.
Okay, I will watch that one.
I almost made my top 3. It's a really, really good movie.
Okay, I'll put it on the list.
You got.
I totally forgot you watched that. Yeah. So, fuck. Okay. Where are we at? Number 4?
Number 4.
I put Deadpool Wolverine at number 4.
What?
Yeah, I know.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. I rewatched it the other day, and I wasn't as high on it, and I'm like, I don't think I should have given this movie as high of a rating as I did, because it's like, it's good, but it's definitely like, there's just no stakes, and it's just like a gateway to have cameos and like goofy shit happen, and I'm like, I don't know, I totally like it. It's just like it's almost like killed on the rewatchability.
I'll hold my words still if it comes back.
If yours is number 1. If yours is number 1, I'm gonna be upset because it's totally not a number 1 movie, but it's good. 4. It's number 4. Okay, and once you hear what my top 3 are, you'll understand why. I think you'll be surprised with what my number 1 was. And maybe we try and guess what each other... No, it's not Sonic 3.
No, I know. I think it might be Inside Out too for you. Yeah, my number 3, we'll list from the top 3.
We were supposed to guess when we got there.
Oh, well.
Now I gotta take my number 1.
My number 3 is Inside Out 2.
Wow! That low, huh? Not that low. That's pretty high.
I loved it. I don't really have many negative things to say about it outside of not bringing back Bill Hader and Mindy Kaling.
That's weird that they didn't chill out some cash for them.
Pay them.
Just pay him. Yeah. But Tony Hill's Fear isn't bad, but he should have just been Fear from the beginning if we were going to do that.
And I like Tony Hill, but it makes me not like him as much.
Forget about that on my ranking. But I didn't really count that towards a negative.
To me, it's a negative only because like the girl who took over Disgust was fine. Because you couldn't even tell it. If no one told you
Tony
anything,
Hill
you wouldn't know.
Bill Hader.
And they're both great voice actors, but he's doing a different character.
Not even close.
Because they're not the same. And to me, that's the only thing that took me out of the movie. But that's what ruined it. Otherwise, it flirted with number 1, but
it's like one of the best Pixar movies in the last 10 years.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, no, yeah.
It's like up there with like Puss in Boots, like we were saying, Puss in Boots 2. It's just like, this has so much heart. Like, I'll talk about it, I guess, when I get there. But
yeah. All right. What's your 3 then?
My number 3 is Sonic 3.
Well, that's actually lower than I thought.
Oh, really? Oh, is it? Did you think Sonic 3 was going to be my number 1?
I thought it'd be at least 2.
Now, of course it's fucking number 3, bro. Of course I put that shit higher than Deadpool Wolverine.
3.
You know what I mean? Sonic 3 was peak. We just did a review. Go check out our review.
We just did a review. That's number 3?
That's my number 3. And just for the last 30 minutes of that movie was just like classic costumes, super shadow.
It's my number 2.
Dapping each other up, the live and learn. I was like crying in the theater. I was like, this is everything I grew up on.
This would have, to me, have been a chance to be my number 1. It just, the tone.
Sonically not even on your list?
I said it's not my number 2.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Since we're going that direction anyway.
I know what your 1 is now.
I enjoyed.
Great.
I enjoyed the end, which put it above Inside Out 2, only because the kid in me that grew up
with Sonic
playing the Sega Genesis as a little kid, it's just like super Sonic.
Yeah, come on, man. And they look so good.
They do. That's what I mean. So all of the last 30 minutes absolutely lifts up the beginning of the movie and puts it on its back and carries.
I'm gonna see it again before it leaves theaters for sure. I might drive up to fucking one of the Dolby theaters and like go see it there, like actually get a good experience. You know what I mean? Like
that's a good.
Shoot up to the river.
Yeah. That's your 2.
My number 2 is Transformers 1, baby. I fucking love that movie.
I didn't realize you liked it that much.
I love that movie, man. I just rewatched it the other night. I'm like, I love this movie. I'm like, it was such an unexpected from like the trailers and like, I'll throw in a cut to our trailer watch and being like, ugh.
Yeah.
Like I want to vomit in my mouth. This looks so bad. Watching it, I saw that movie like 3 times in theaters, bro. It was.
It's good. It's a good movie. I mean, it's on my list.
It was so good.
Man, top 2, huh?
Top 2, number 2. Yeah, fuck yeah, it is. It was great. I loved Transformers 1. And I want so many more. I want so many more movies that are animated like that. If it would have
just made money. That's the sad part.
We'll get more, though. We'll get more. See. We'll have to. You can't cast that high profile of actors. And like Transformers is a big IP. And we're not doing, we're doing G.I. Joe Transformers.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like they finally make a good one that they should do sequels for and never they had to make enough money.
Yeah. No, easily number 2, Transformers 1. Okay. Transformers 1 is number 2.
So we obviously know what each other's number 1s are. We've sussed that out completely.
Is yours Deadpool Wolverine?
Mine is Deadpool Wolverine.
Really? Number 1?
I get where you're coming from when you were like, you rewatched it. Here's the difference, though. I grew up with the X-Men movies.
So did I.
Yeah, but you were like 1 when the first one came out.
Yeah, but Hugh Jackman's always been my Wolverine.
Right.
I loved the original X-Men. X-Men 2, my favorite movie of all time. Oh, no, the first one. Because the Statue of Liberty fight.
The Statue of Liberty fight.
It was my favorite thing to watch as a kid. And Toad with the stupid, and like, what happens to toads in a thunderstorm, or whatever, storm's lined. Fuck, I love that movie, man.
See, I don't know, it hit for me in a way, like, I've looked forward to movies so many times, like, where you just are counting the days down on a calendar, and you go watch the movie, and you're like, oh, yeah, it was all right, it's good.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever gone in, including it, like, I love Infinity War and Endgame, but I've never been able to be like, holy shit.
No, I remember watching that in theaters with you and being like, this is...
It was like...
It's the best. It's the best
and you're right.
Superhero movie of all time.
Fan service the movie? Yes.
Of course it is.
It is.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, they did it better than No Way Home.
Yes. And No Way Home is a worse rewatch than
That's
Deadpool
what I'm
Wolverine.
saying. Like,
yeah.
No Way Home, it gets too muddled at the end with the stakes and everybody forgets and who didn't forget and who... And you're kind of like...
It's just like... Deadpool Wolverine is like... It's a theater movie. It's like...
That's what I mean. I think it's the experience.
Yes.
Now, I get what you mean by like on a technical level. Is it the...
No.
That's not what I'm saying.
That's not what they were going for, though.
From opening credits to end credits, I look like a character from Smile.
Right.
And that's what I mean, like, as far as best movies of the year, as far as enjoying them. And those top 3, that's like sitting there smiling like, oh, man, they nailed.
Yeah. I guess,
and that speech, the Hugh Jackman monologue.
I know that's your thing.
But it's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, you can put that up against any real non-comic book movie you want, and it would go toe-to-toe with just about any prestigious acting.
It's number 4 because we didn't get a Greatest Showman song. I'll say it.
Yeah, there needed to be, in all seriousness, that would have probably made it perfect.
I want something from that movie that can't happen and hasn't happened from any other movie, where when it drops on streaming, it's just like different improv lines that they cut in and actually add it. And it's like, that'll never happen. So it's like unfair for me to say that, but it's like the joke where he's like standing at the door and the TVA agents, he's like, let's keep that, let's hold on to that energy.
There's 100 takes of that.
Right.
There is.
So give me a couple of them and throw it into a rotation, at least for the streaming. That's what I think you should utilize a streaming service.
You're 100% right.
Because it's like, I don't remember that being the joke. Yeah. And it's like, well, because we threw in a little extra thing, And it's like, you got that 4K thing from some excellent guy who gave it to you.
Awesome person.
And there's bonus features and behind the scenes and all that shit. You're welcome, but
is what I think.
Still waiting on my digital code, but it's whatever.
So
So yeah, I get it. I totally get it. But it's like I want something that isn't a thing, you know. Where it's like I need different jokes, you know, because you're right. There's a million takes of these, so it's right. Keep the core movie, change some of the jokes, because it's like
I don't disagree with that. I mean, if you're doing
Domino, of course it's not number one. No Domino, what the fuck?
Well, if you're doing different aspects on how to judge movies, the scores would change. But if you're, to me, if you're our top 10 or our favorite enjoyment,
experience,
having fun, just being completely shocked with the opening sequence of.
It still made my top 5.
Yeah. But I just mean, like,
it's great.
To me, I couldn't believe it. Like the Wolverine digging him up at the beginning after they spent like a year and a half going, we won't touch the other stuff. Like, it was just so shocking to see some of the shit transpire that it made my day. The fact that I only got to see it once in theater because my kids suck. Really broke my heart.
I saw it twice because I took Tyler, my brother. And then, like, watching him watch the movie was a lot of fun.
Right.
You know?
To see people just, like...
The scene where they're watching Logan on the screen and, like, Paradox is, like, mouthing the words. It's so fucking funny, dude.
That's what I mean.
It's so funny.
That movie is good if you go back and rewatch it because there's a lot of shit going on in the background that you have no idea that's actually happening. Yes. So that's what I think you have to rewatch it for.
And the cameos are great.
They are.
They are great.
Shocking.
The campfire scene with X-23.
I mean, there's
Wolverine.
a lot of heavy shit in that movie.
Yeah.
Especially compared to the last like 4 or 5 Marvel movies.
Very true.
So
very true.
I don't know. I'm a huge comic book nerd, so I think that's why.
Yeah.
And there just wasn't a lot of good prestige movies this year either that I can be like, oh, that indie movie was great. Like, besides Saturday Night with the Devil. Late Night with the Devil.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of mine are like IP,
and
big
I hate
budget.
that because I'm going through and I'm like, man,
I was thinking about that when I was making my list. People are like, well, that's such an obvious list. It's like, well, there wasn't really
a lot of great this year. Like last year, we saw a bunch of like more indie level movies, like you know what I mean, like not, but like 20 million and under movies and
Slaughterhouse.
Exactly, you know what I'm saying? Like, but like this year, there wasn't even a lot like fun campy ones.
No,
it
was just
like
a big blockbuster year. Even though I thought this year was like weak.
It was weak. To me, like the Abigail movie comes to mind.
I'm surprised that didn't make your list.
I love the first half.
Yeah.
And then it falls apart. Trapped.
I'm surprised Trapped and Abigail.
See, but those don't even get honorable mention though because they fall apart. Those are that's what I'm saying. Like the smaller budget, premises are great.
Trap was so fucking good watching him run around the concert hall.
Yeah, the first, it's so stupid and ridiculous and over the top, but great. And then it goes dumb. Yeah. Like, just unbelievable.
And it makes you feel like you're dumbing down this movie for the audience. And it's
The Watchers. That's another one. That's what I mean. Like, I'm talking like the movies that are like 30 million and under.
Yes.
There wasn't a lot of good ones this year.
No.
If you really think about it.
Not really. Yeah.
And I went through, I was digging. I'm like, what streaming movies? That's why Unfrosted made mine. I'm like, what small? And we did miss a couple. We've had hurricanes this year and some crazy crap.
We missed like a month of movies.
And we'll get to some of those, I'm sure, down the road. Like, I want to watch Fly Me to the Moon, the Channing Tatum, Scarlett Johansson movie.
Yeah, that was in theaters when fucking hurricanes
for like a weekend, and then it went straight. That's what I mean. So we have stuff to catch up on, and we will get better at the requests because I know we've got people.
Yes.
You know, so we'll get those. But yeah, that's pretty much
my number one.
Yours is
Inside Out 2.
Inside Out 2.
It had to be Inside Out 2. I saw the movie like I think 2 or 3 times in theaters. I watched it once in 3D and then once in not.
I saw it twice in theaters. Yeah.
It was great.
With the kids.
The ending of that movie with anxiety, like, dude.
It's a good movie.
Fuck, man.
They managed, just what I was saying like earlier, if they would have just spent the money to bring the cast back, then it would have probably almost been a 10 because it picks up right where pretty much the first one leaves off, and it just keeps going, and we get a nice, satisfying conclusion. It looks beautiful.
So good. Any movie with a panic
I don't
attack
disagree
in
with
it,
you.
like,
this on my list as I typed was number one for a few seconds as I went through and went back and forth because it was good. But then I thought about it at the end, if I had a gun to my head and I had to be like, which did I enjoy more? Purely enjoyment more, slightly, I'd give it to Deadpool.
I think Inside Out 2 just resonated more, but Deadpool Wolverine wasn't meant to do that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't meant to, like, tug at your heartstrings.
That's what I was going to say. Inside Out 2, I knew what kind of movie we were going to get. Deadpool Wolverine, I expected a completely over-the-top, dumb movie.
Comedy.
And then here comes Hugh Jackman, and there's certain scenes, and you're like, oh, wow, this actually is
kind of powerful.
Hitting you in places you didn't think it would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, should we sum up our lists?
Yeah.
Okay, number 10, Unfrosted. Number 9, Wild Robot. Number 8, Alien Romulus. Number 7, Dune Part 2. Number 6, Quiet Place Day 1. Number 5, Beekeeper. Number 4, Deadpool Wolverine. I put DP Wolvie. Number 3, Sonic 3. Number 2, Transformers 1. Number 1, Inside Out 2.
You made me remember. I took Dune 2 off my
Honorable
list.
mentions: Craven, Madame Web, Megalopolis.
Just
we got to do a.
We have to do a.
Yeah, that's already.
My 10 are Gladiator 2, Fall Guy, Wild Robot, Transformers 1, Saturday Night, but Beekeeper, Late Night with the Devil, Inside Out 2, Sonic, and Deadpool Wolverine. I would say Dune 2 was my honorable mention.
Dune 2 was really good. I had to put it on there.
If
If I remembered Fall Guy, it probably would have taken Dune 2's spot, if I'm going to be honest.
Okay.
I completely forgot Fall Guy was even a movie. I'm like, if I had 11, it'd be...
See, that's why it wasn't at the bottom. Like, yeah, it's a fun movie, but you forgot about it, see?
But I didn't forget about it because it was forgettable. It's just, it was early in the year.
Right. No,
I didn't see
But you didn't forget about Beekeeper.
No, of course I didn't.
Did
I've
you
watched
get what I
Beekeeper
mean?
like 4 times
That's what
since
I'm
it came
saying,
out.
though.
Yeah, I haven't rewatched Fall Guy yet, even though they did like the director's cut. That scene where Ryan Gosling is like crying in his car to Taylor Swift is like one of the funniest
It's
things
funny,
ever.
yeah.
It's super funny. So,
We'll have
2024.
We'll do our top 10 television, I think.
know what's making my list next year. Superman. Yeah, we'll do television.
We'll do bottom 10, and I think we'll do top 10 television, yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Because
I like
television
that.
is definitely like, there's some bangers on there. Like, X-Men 97 will be very high on my list. Yeah.
And I want to do like uncovered things that we didn't know, we didn't watch when they came out, but like have a list of things that you may have missed.
Oh, maybe like we do our just top 10 movies all time.
Or just being like what we watched this year.
Top 10 better late than never.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Nice.
Perfect.
Cool. Well, hopefully 2025 treats us a little better.
Yeah, like, subscribe. Tell us how
movies.
wrong we are.
We get like 2 months until Brave New World.
Yeah.
Captain America.
And then it's full throttle. And then it'll be Christmas again.
Oh, shit.
Like,
what is he doing? This movie, they haven't shown me anything other than like, oh, but there's more characters in the Superman movie. I'm like, yes, but what are you doing differently with Superman?
He's
like, let's
nothing.
show him defeated at the very end.
Done that already.
We've done that, right? Haven't we? Like, he gets his ass kicked